news. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
Welcome into First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. We have been tracking some severe thunderstorms moving across central Alabama. Right now, a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for our area until midnight. Now, I say our area, this is mainly including areas west of I-65, but, you know, Mother Nature's going to do its own thing. We've had some severe thunderstorms popping up now in East Alabama. So let's take a look at where that watch is. That severe thunderstorm watch is in effect until midnight. This is accounting for storms as they move in from northeast Mississippi, could have the potential to produce some damaging wind gusts and some large hail. But getting a look at First Alert AccuTrack right now, you can see severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing from West Alabama even into parts of East Alabama. And it's in particular this thunderstorm that has been moving through Pickens County that has been showing the most issues. And this one definitely want to keep an eye on. We're going to continue to watch this here as we go into the evening, but it's this one that we're watching that you notice in Pickens County. That's where you have the potential for some flash flooding. And so Tania Michelle was pulling up here that first alert time for these as they move in. Kirk at 6:46 p.m., Pioneer at 6:49 p.m., and Jenna at 6:55 p.m. as well. So these are the most intense storms. These have been producing some large hail over in Pickens County. And yeah, if we zoom in on that there, Tania, you can see some very intense lightning with this. That pink you're seeing showing up, even that black there, is that indication for some large hail and intense downpours, which is why that flash flood warning has now been issued for Pickens County. We've been getting reports of hail out of Reform, but now you can see that severe thunderstorm warning has been extended into parts of southwest Tuscaloosa County and into parts of Greene County as well. So expect some very heavy downpours as this comes in and the potential for some large hail. And as we look back in northeast Mississippi, we see some more storms are coming in on the back side of that. So that's going to be a concern when we see these training thunderstorms. They do have the potential to produce more heavy rainfall, and that's where you can get that potential for flash flooding. So we'll go ahead and give a first alert again for southern Lamar County and once again northern Pickens County as this storm slides along Highway 82 could be causing some issues. Tania has just pulled up those first alert times for us. So this severe thunderstorm warning that's in Lowndes, Mississippi, Lowndes County, Mississippi is going to be moving into west central Alabama. So Ridgeland moving in around 636, Steens at 651, Bunker Hill 643, and Briarwood around 6:49 p.m. for tonight. So those are the intense storms that have been in West Alabama. But if we zoom out now, and we look areas, actually, if we look at this thunderstorm that is in Walker County moving towards I-65, we do have some severe thunderstorms that are to the east of that. But this thunderstorm right now, even though it's not severe, it's producing some heavy rain and some lightning from Sipsey. We'll have to watch this for the potential for some flooding, as Tania is showing here. That's going to be sliding right along I-22 and headed towards I-65. So if you're in Warrior, Kimberly, Gardendale, a first alert for these storms coming your way here shortly. And then Tania, we'll move to these storms that are east of I-65 that we're also seeing these severe thunderstorm warnings on. Well, looks like that's good. We just had one that expired. That was for St. Clair County. But as we look a little farther to the south in Talladega and Clay County, these thunderstorms are producing likely some hail all the way from Kings Chapel, where you've got that most intense lightning and heavy downpours around Alpine. And then as we look a little farther to the east, approaching Ashland and Chandler Springs, two more thunderstorm cells that have that potential for some heavy rainfall. So we'll be watching these storms as they come into areas across central Alabama. This is continuing to be a situation where as these storms come in from the northwest and push to the southeast, you see storms coming in one right after the other, and that produces more rainfall on top of already saturated ground. So this could be a situation where we're going to have to watch for flash flooding. And notice too that little snake-like feature that you're seeing popping up on radar. That is an outflow boundary. That's where you have winds coming outside of a storm, and that is helping to possibly spawn some development farther south. Now that's outside of our area, but it's certainly something we're going to want to watch. Make sure you're staying up to date with us on the First Alert weather app this evening, and lots to be tracking here in central Alabama. And guess what? As we go into Father's Day weekend, more storms on the way. Let's see what's coming up on First Alert Weather Extra this evening. We do have more severe storms, that potential here over the next several days. Meteorologist Tania Michelle takes us on a much needed trip on Mets around the world. And of course, Father's Day and Juneteenth on the way. We'll take a look at that forecast and show you other parts of the country that have been dealing with severe weather. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Good Day, Alabama.
A new morning comes with preparing right, because while you slept, news broke.
We have new information from that breaking news that happened this morning.
While you head out, the storm we gave you the first alert for is on its way in. And as the key turns the ignition, your shorter route to work is being found.
Avoid 459 southbound completely because of a crash.
A new morning means everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama, always on your side.
The First Alert traffic you need to get you there safe and on time. Tomorrow morning, everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama.
You're late, out the door, and on the go. Don't worry.
Good Day, Alabama continues all morning long.
And wherever you watch, this is what you need to know right now.
More reporters on the streets with more hours of news when you need it. Everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama. Knowing first is everything. First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Tania Michelle, and right now we're about to take a trip to New York City to meet meteorologist Kiana Lewis from Fox Weather. Take a look. Hey there, and welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Today we have a special guest from Fox Weather, Kiana Lewis. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks so
I'm
much
doing
for having
well.
me.
Of course. Listen, you're our first guest that works at Fox Weather, so we're super excited to get the insight, the tea. No, I'm just kidding. But we definitely want to learn a little bit about your journey. Can you start off with telling us, where did your interest in meteorology begin?
So I have always been interested in nature and weather, outdoorsy, all of that nature. So I guess it kind of started when I was younger, but I will say I went to college with the understanding that I was going to be a reporter. I went into journalism, and it was like midway through college, Tropical Storm Sandy here in the Northeast. It was Hurricane Sandy for one moment, but Tropical Storm Sandy happened. And I think that's what re-sparked my interest as a adult at that point in time. So I kind of shifted gears midway through college, my sophomore year, after Sandy made her major impact across the Northeast. I went and changed my major. And from there, I just kind of really dug into this being my beat, per se, in the journalism industry.
Very nice. So can you talk about your college experience? Where did you go to school? What was your major?
Sure. So first things first, I went to school and graduated from Morgan State University in Baltimore. It is an HBCU, so woo-woo. But when I went to school with the understanding, as I mentioned, to be a news reporter, and things shifted midway through. Unfortunately, at the time, and I know that they're working on this, but Morgan did not have a meteorology major. So I finished that degree in journalism with that minor in meteorology. And from there, fresh out of college, I went back to school with Penn State University, which is a state college for me. I'm from Philadelphia, and I got my degree in meteorology.
So through your transition from journalism to meteorology, would you say that there are certain qualities that has helped you become successful in your career? And what are those qualities?
Absolutely, I sure would. In the time, it was really hard because it was like you're kind of on the outside looking in, watching everybody do what you want to do. But looking back, I think that was definitely what laid the foundation for where I am today. So when I graduated from Morgan, of course, I went and got my first job. I interned with WBAL in Baltimore as a production assistant and eventually on the assignment desk. But when I got my first job, I got hired in Salisbury, Maryland as a news producer. And I think that's what really laid the foundation and allowed me to learn what news is really about, how to write correctly for news, how to be stronger in that aspect of news. And then I transitioned that as I graduated from Penn State and learned how to do weather production and learn, what's correct and how to share information with the viewers correctly. So I think that definitely laid the foundation for my career change.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. I didn't know you started as a news producer.
Yeah.
Very cool. But I do think there's a lot of aspects in the newsroom that if you just come straight into it, you're like, whoa, it's not just being on TV telling the weather. There's a lot of other aspects into it. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So as far as getting to Fox Weather, what was that journey like? How did you get there?
So this journey was definitely a journey of great unexpectation. Like I came into the weather world thinking, I got to start small again. I may have to go back to a smaller city and learn the ropes and get my chops. And that rang true. I did a lot of studying under a meteorologist in Washington, D.C., the whole team there at the station I was working with. And then eventually I was like, I'm going to branch out. So I worked on a reel, I worked on a tape, I did my practices, and I just started sending it out. And I got 2 interviews. I got one in Maine and I got one at News 12 here in New York City. And I entertained both. I got the job here in New York City. So that's what led my path to New York. To be honest, I never wanted to live in New York initially. I was scared of the city. I was like, it's so big. There's cars everywhere. No one, it was just so much. But when this job came through, I was like, this is it. This is a sign. I have to do it. And I took the job and I worked with News 12 in the Bronx and Brooklyn, 2 boroughs here in New York City, just doing local news. What else did I do? I did local news. I weather produced for them. We did web producing. I did a lot of weather field anchoring and like taking our reports out in the field. We did a lot of school visits. So like that was really fun. It was a tight-knit community job for me, a great way to start off. And Fox Weather saw that. And when we launched in October 2021, they reached out and were like, hey, we know your contract's coming up. How would you like to stay in New York? How would you like to come over and work for us? And it worked out.
Very cool. So I want to know, how do you fight the storm with traveling from home to work every day, knowing the subway, or do you take public transportation? How does that work?
So it's a mixed bag. It really does depend on the shift that we work. I work primarily in early mornings to midday. So the way that works for us is if you work earlier than, say, the sunrise, 6 a.m., you are likely to get a car ride in. So the car service comes and picks me up. They bring me into work. I get here safely and I start my day. But going home, anytime that it's daylight outside, there's, a presence of public, I take the subway. I'm okay with that. I've been taking the subway all my life. So it works out for me. I just hop right on the train. I take it home, 7 stops, get off the train and I'm home already. But I will say learning New York City subway was a lot. It was a lot for me. There's just so many train stations. Ironically, almost every corner you turn, there is a train station. So you're going to get where you have to go. But it was a lot to learn, to know that the B train runs from south to north or the L train runs from east to west. And it's a lot to learn, but it's fun learning.
So I'm sure you're a pro at it. So next time I'm in New York City, I'm going to be like, hey,
call me up.
Which way do I go? That's very fun. I took the subway before, and it is difficult. And I was going the wrong way. I was going south, and I was supposed to go.
It's very easy to go the wrong
Yeah.
way. It doesn't explain it very well. You have to learn like certain neighborhoods and street names to know which way you got to go. But
And
once you get it, I'm telling you, it's like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure. Oh my gosh, that's cool. So, do you have any favorite memories or stories from being a meteorologist?
I think one of my favorite memories is one of my field days. I did a lot of field work in the Bronx, and I do a lot here too. I actually have two new memories. But the first memory I would say would be the first day of school. Um, we all showed up to a public school here in New York City, and as they were getting off of the bus after school, we were handing out backpacks. So it was like a community moment for me, and that was like really big. And a lot of the children were like, "Oh, I watch you in the morning," and you helped me get dressed for school. So it was like a very heartfelt moment that I'll always remember. And then recently, I had the opportunity here with Fox Weather to go and plant trees in a national park here. So that was a lot of fun too. That was for Earth Day. We planted over 275 trees that eventually will really grow and stay here in New York. So that was fun too.
Very
In the
fun. Oh
city
my
of
gosh.
Concrete, we were planting trees. So I love it.
Do you have a green thumb?
I do.
Okay.
I do have a lot of
That
plants.
works out perfect. That's awesome. So, how do you handle working long hours if you have to? I know in the case of severe weather, I don't know exactly how your station handles it or breaks it up between team members, but how do you handle long work days?
I think those are the days where we basically prepare for. So, um, I don't know how other stations do it, but a lot of the times here, when we are finished with our show for the day, we're finished for the day. So it could be 2 hours before your shift ends. You take that moment to yourself because if there's a severe weather day, you're probably going to get extended. And that's why we, reward ourselves with other days. But you have to remember why you're doing this, right? The main reason for us to be meteorologists, to share this information, to make sure our viewers are safe, is to put our all into it. So if it's an all hands on deck situation, you know what you signed up for. The main goal is to make sure that the viewers are safe. So I don't really think too hard about it.
What do you enjoy most about what you do?
Um,
Um,
I enjoy every part of my day, when I come into work. So I don't know if there's a favorite part, but I really enjoy the coworkers that I work with. My colleagues are amazing. Um, you know, each and every one of them in their own way are helpful. They are supportive. They're willing to, you know, work with you, make you laugh. Our interviews are always fun. So I think that has become lately my favorite thing. And we don't have set co-hosts all the time. So one day I could come in and work with one co-host, and the next I come in and work with another bestie. So that's the fun transition with working with Fox Weather. It's like we really get to know one another at each and every day.
and is there any advice you'd like to share to an upcoming meteorologist that may be embarking on their journey through college or maybe taking a detour in their career journey to becoming a meteorologist?
Sure. So I think for the up and coming meteorologist, I would say always remember that what's for you is for you. Don't second guess it, don't question it. If you have a goal and you want it and you think it's yours, and you go after it wholeheartedly. The second thing I would say is once you get into that first market, or that first station, whether it be a producer or on the camera as a meteorologist or a reporter doing reporting on weather, do your research. Know every nook and cranny about your community, because it will really pay off in the long run. It really, really will. The community will love you for it. They will love that the back roads, the communities, the community leaders. Like they really will love that for you, and that will excel your career even more.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for joining us once again, Kiana, and for taking the time to even speak with us today and for sharing those nuggets to those upcoming meteorologists. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And thanks so much for having me. I'm so glad to join you guys today.
You're welcome.
If your bath looks like this or this, you know it's time for a replacement. Hey everybody, Joe here with BJ Worzen, owner of West Shore Home, to talk about how he's making sure you get the best possible value on your shower or bath replacement. BJ.
That's right, Joe. Now more than ever, I want to make sure people are getting the most for their money. And there's a few ways we're doing that. First, we have hundreds of styles and options for your bath remodel, so you can make sure you're getting exactly what you want. Second, as you know, we only use employee installers, never subcontractors. So our crew is going to follow a process to make sure everything is installed properly. And then finally, a few days after the job's done, we're going to give you a call and make sure you're 100% completely satisfied with that experience.
Amazing, because a lot of contractors will show up and the second they're done, the customer's on their own. You're saying West Shore is there every step of the way, even following up after the project's done.
You got that right, and it's all backed by our online reviews. Right now, we have over 26,000 5-star reviews.
That just shows how much you truly care about your customers. Now, how about somebody who needs that shower right now but's been putting it off because of cost? How can you help them?
So we're making bath remodel affordable for almost any budget. For a limited time, you can get your shower or bath remodeled for only $99 a month. And for anyone who's watching this commercial right now, if you call in and mention it, we're going to throw in free installation as well.
You're saying you'll do the entire project from tear out to complete installation for as low as $99 a month.
That's right. Let's take a look at the project. Here's a time-lapse video of one of our installations. You saw there, we started in the morning, removed everything down to the studs, and put in a new shower all in the same day. Here's some more. Easy low-step showers, deep soaking tubs, beautiful wall styles, and modern accessories. We can do jobs like these for as low as $99 a month.
BJ, thanks so much. Folks, West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling more affordable than ever. Call now and take advantage of this extended offer. Get your new shower or bath for as low as $99 a month. And you heard BJ, if you call in now, he's going to do free installation on that project as well. Call the experts at West Shore Home now.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. We've been talking about the severe weather across the country, and one of the spots that was hit very hard yesterday was Perryton, Texas. We've also been telling you about flooding in parts of the Florida Panhandle. Fox Weather's Brandy Campbell is in Pensacola with the latest.
Look at my car, y'all. Look at my car.
Flash flooding pummeling Florida Friday. Some areas seeing over a foot of rain in just a few hours. In Pensacola, the water rose quickly, overtaking cars and homes.
It's heartbreaking. I'm holding my tears now for the kids and for the tenants that's losing everything.
Nearly 270 residents were rescued from this apartment building after a nearby creek overflowed. The flooding crept into the building and submerged cars behind the complex. And in the same county, one person was found dead after a tree fell on their home. Residents are urged to prepare for future emergencies.
Get your emergency papers together. I'm asking people, please prepare. We're in hurricane season in Escambia County.
In Perryton, Texas, a tornado touched down for 8 miles Thursday, killing multiple people and injuring dozens. The twister reduced homes, businesses, and trees to rubble. Thousands of people are without power. The devastation is so severe, Texas Governor Greg Abbott asked the state to deploy emergency response resources. This kind of weather may seem unusual for June, but forecasters say it's a combination of factors that can lead to severe storms. Now, the same storm system hit the Northeast on Friday, prompting tornado warnings in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Reporting in Pensacola, Florida, I'm Brady Campbell, Fox Weather.
And that is it for First Alert Weather Extra this evening. We're going to continue to be tracking very dangerous storms that are moving through southwestern Tuscaloosa County. Along I-20, there's going to be the potential for baseball-sized hail moving towards Moundville. Make sure you're staying up to date with us on the First Alert Weather app, and we'll catch you back here on First at 9.
Oh, yeah, I know.